Oh my god. The fuck?
What?
Where's my camera?
What?
Oh yeah, it's just
Effie's
the
over
purple
here
orb.
breaking shit.
It's the porb.
Now you can see my secrets that I don't code anything. Literally just put shit in the background and hope nobody notices.
Oh no, you're the. Oh wait, are you like a Dark Souls boss? You're behind
That's
the
what
fog
we all
wall.
do.
Yes. Yes, I am. Hi, there I am. Hello. I got everybody else working, but yeah.
No, you have to get yourself working before you get everybody else working. They tell you that on the airplane
Yes.
safety video that I pay
They
attention.
do. I was just going to say that.
Yep.
You're supposed to sort yourself out before you sort anyone else out.
Yeah. Yeah, but this isn't a plane. It may feel like a plane that is crashing, but that's okay.
That was campaign 1.
Yes, that's what I was talking about. If you know, you know. Today is November 6th. Do the math. We don't have any announcements today, but Artemis, you said it best. Today be sad, tomorrow be angry. And keep that rage. Because it's the only thing that's going to keep this from handsmaids tailing out of the craziness that's happening right now. I'm Canadian. It doesn't directly affect me, but it still affects me. Because of those lovely people there.
Same.
Yeah.
Absolutely the same. Although British, not Canadian, obviously.
Straight up, if you voted for Orange, get the fuck out.
Yep.
You're not wanted here, you are not needed here. Leave. Anyway, no announcements. Let's just play some games.
Gosh, okay.
Yep. Shut up, Maggie.
Fuck off, Maggie.
Per usual, everybody dies.
The sounds that you're because you're doing this while you're putting on look. Yeah,
Oh God. Okay. Anyways,
I just keep
last
making the red
session.
get bigger and bigger until it's clown.
Last session, the party took off from Yamani. You decided that you were going to take a supply run to Balor and back, where you were going to swap wagons and bring goods coming from Ogark, which is an orcish stronghold to the east. You let's see here. You traveled a little bit. You met a centaur who was playing songs on the road. It was great. You passed another wagon from Third House Surgeon who let you know that like there had been a little bit of rain, but otherwise things were okay. That night you guys took your rest at a well-used sort of campsite along the main road where the turnoff for Raven's Point was. And for the most part, everything was fine. Rue fell asleep in a raccoon's nest. But other than that, it was okay. Until when Lily was on watch, the party was set upon by animated scarecrows. You know, like you do. It was fine.
Totally normal.
Nobody
evening.
died. Yeah,
Always
it
happens
was
to
fine.
me. Always happens to Lily. Lily attracts trouble. It would seem.
I feel like you all attract trouble. Worm's middle name is literally Trouble, so.
This is true. This is true.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
I'm Worm right now, aren't I?
No, right now you're Hapia.
Oh God!
Oh yeah, that's true. Yes, you are.
I don't remember anything.
You ended as Hapia, so we're getting there. We're getting there.
Great. So I'm good. Awesome.
Listen, these are the consequences of your own actions. Okay.
I know.
in the morning, you guys got back on the road, and a few hours down the way, you noticed that there was some vultures kind of circling just off the road, and you found a rider and a horse that had been mauled by some kind of creature. You weren't able to determine what kind, although Worm seemed to think werewolves because I don't know why. It was just a thing. And then you discovered that he had that he was a courier from the capital, and he was carrying three letters and a bag of holding that had a bunch of coins in it, all of which is currently in the party sheet. You buried him and
I'd
marked the
forgotten that.
grave.
We acquired a bag of holding.
Yes. You buried him and marked the grave on the side of the road. It was established that Race didn't know what lycanthropy was.
When you turn into a lichen,
Yep.
But not the
turn
mouse
in-
kind.
in-
wrap yourself around a tree.
Yep.
Not that kind. No.
You arrived in Balor without much more excitement on the road. You went to the inn, the Dancing Dragon. It's the only inn in town. And you met the bartender, a man named Matthias. I'm on the wrong page here. Too many notes. His first name is Matthias, and you said that you were there to swap wagons. He introduced you to Roan Tiago, who is the sort of like quartermaster in town. It's his job to make sure that all of the incoming merchant houses get their wagons taken care of if they need to spend the night there. Make sure that they have fresh horses, things like that. He had let you know that Pell, who is the driver of the other wagon who should be coming into town, has not yet arrived, but should be there before sunset. Or around sunset, anyways. Worm went to inform the elder of the village that the
Popia.
messenger had... No, you were still Worm at that point.
Oh my god, who am I?
We're getting there. Jesus. Worm left the bar to go let Lyra, who is the elder in the town, know that the messenger had been killed, panicked, and then left the apothecary where Lyra works, went into an alleyway, and when they came back out, they were in their other form, one of their other forms, a
Wow.
dragonborn who goes by Hopia.
Exposing
Or
me.
Hopia. You're a changeling. You can change your appearance at will.
I haven't told anybody that!
Yes, you did.
No! I didn't!
This is what happens when we don't play for weeks on a time.
Well, secret's out, cat's out of the bag.
Anyways.
That's out of the bag to the audience, not the players.
Over the table knowledge. You guys don't.
over
Yeah.
the table.
Don't metagame, or else you lose.
It's fine. You guys will forget. It's
You
fine.
lose the game.
Worm took a trip. Well, Hopia took a trip around the town, met some guards, and saw something in the trees out the southern gate. And sort of discovered that some kids had been out partying in the woods and got spooked by something, but nobody got a real clear look at what they had seen. You went back to the inn and introduced yourself to Lily and oh my god, I almost called you Elise.
Ophelia.
Pain.
Ophelia.
Yes, sorry. Lily and Ophelia, and Race obviously knew you. And you guys don't know where Rue went, but you're assuming she's around somewhere.
It's because
No.
Elise is the best character, as according to
Please
them.
the sneeze.
They are the best character I've ever created, according to them, not according to me.
There you go. And we ended with you getting rooms for the evening and settling in to wait for your counterpart to show up. So as evening is starting to set in, You can see that there are farmers coming in and out from, obviously getting dinner, things like that. People just visiting. This seems to be, obviously, this is a very small town. This seems to be the sort of like central hangout place in the evenings. And it's very clear that like the farmers who live here and the people who work in the different areas of this town, they work hard during the day, and then at night they play hard. The inn quickly becomes very lively. And music is played. There's lots of people in here. You guys have sort of taken a table. I think you were in one of the corners, and
That tracks.
there are. The place fills up pretty quick, and you do see Elder Lyra come in as well, and she kind of sees Race and Lily and the others of you sitting there, and just kind of like waves, and he sort of acknowledges your presence as being like outsiders, and goes to the bar. What is it that you guys would like to do while you're waiting?
Is there a, like, how, like, in alternative universes, sometimes, like, media is very close to one another, like, is there a Phixius version of Wolf-Headed Wily being played, but it's just, like, like, Alpaca-Headed Charlie? I don't know.
There is now.
Oh my gosh.
I
Yes,
immediately
Zoe?
went like Coyote Dick's Roadrunner.
Of course you did.
Yeah, I just wanted to make sure if the Domains of Dread people from Mistwalkers ever do come here that it is canon established.
Oh boy.
Ophelia doesn't eat or drink. They're probably just like trying to. Does anybody look like they're like a smithy or work in like metallurgy?
There is one guy that comes in that is wearing sort of like a smith apron. He's pretty dirty. He looks like just sort of your small town kind of like farrier slash, makes tools and things like that kind of smith. You guys actually rode past it on the way in. There isn't really a lot in this town. It's very small, and actually I'll push the map back out to you guys so you can see it. There you go.
Oh yeah, it's quite small.
You guys came in from the west, and the smith is actually sort of like that first building right on the corner there, and then the inn is where the little wagon is. So you guys went right past it on your way into town.
Got it.
So.
Yeah.
But yeah, like this place fills up pretty quickly. You gather a good chunk of the town is in here.
Trying to think who else Ophelia might want to talk to. Oh, is the butcher here in town? I don't know what a butcher wears when they're out.
A
Probably
bloody
just
apron.
clothes.
Clothes.
You didn't necessarily see like a butcher perhaps, but you do know that there are hunters in town. You don't know who any of them are.
There's no baker or candlestick maker.
There it is.
Get out.
I go up to we know Hopia is Worm, correct?
No.
No, okay.
You just were introduced to them and know that Race knows them.
Okay. It's a shame that
Yeah, but
That said-
Lily worked it out. Lily worked it out though because she got a
Yes.
really good insight thing and noticed that Hopia is wearing all the same clothes as Worm was.
Has
So
the
Lily's got a
snakes.
pretty good idea.
Yeah, like
Has the snakes and stuff.
even all
yeah.
the decorations on the horns are the same. Like there's not.
Can Ophelia make an insight check?
Yeah, I was just gonna say, go ahead and make an insight check to see if you notice this.
So that isn't Ophelia's strong suit, but maybe.
You never know.
An 18.
See?
I would say yes, you are able to put 2 and 2 together and get 4.
Ophelia kind of side eyes as they're sat at the bar with everybody else, and it's just like, It's a shame that Worm isn't here. I think that I see a butcher. They might have known where to get the best bacon in town.
Bacon is not mutually exclusive to only one person.
Hmm.
Just saying.
I believe that it is their Ophelia raises their like arm so that their two fingers are out to do the air quotations branding thing.
I don't know what that means, but possibly.
Yes. I wonder where they are. They do have my newest invention.
Ooh.
What are you trying to get at, Ophelia?
I think that you stole the invention from Worm,
I would
along with
never
their
steal
garment.
from Worm. I don't know who this Worm is.
Meanwhile, Race is there with like a big mug of beer, just like, whoop.
Well, you seem to have the only prototype in existence. And their hair pieces and their clothing.
You are very astute, but kind of dumb.
I think that I might have gone to college, perhaps. Maybe.
How would you not know that?
Remember that I don't remember various things?
All right.
Yes.
Okay.
Perhaps one day, if we pass by university, we can go to the clerk and ask.
Because all universities have one local register.
Exactly.
And you for sure definitely probably went to a university here on this continent.
Probably. I mean, I am on this continent now.
Lily
But
just
you
sort
may
of
not have
gently.
started there. Sorry.
Lily just leans across to Ophelia and just sort of says very quietly in her ear, "You might want to stop digging now. I think you got yourself in a plenty big enough hole."
I just like boop my own snout, like right on the nose.
All right. They do the thing like when you're from the Midwest and you like put your like you slap your like hands on your knees, except Ophelia's wearing like metal armor, so like a slight like tingling sound happens as they do it with their gloves when they get up.
Oh no, the Midwest goodbye has begun. You guys are going to
Yeah.
be here for 3 hours.
Yeah, and they go to up to the like farrier guy.
Oh,
Okay.
Bye.
I'm undigging my hole.
Fine.
Shut up, Effie. All right.
I didn't say anything.
You didn't have to. We both made the same face at the exact same time.
Well, I don't know about
Like,
anyone
quite
else.
literally.
I don't know about anyone else, but Lily is hungry, so Lily's going to find out what there is to eat.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
I'm
Yeah.
gonna be eating 2 servings for sure.
Okay. Yeah, there's some kind of like stew that is available, very rich and hearty,
Not
with
that.
like heavy grains in it and meat that's obviously from the surrounding forest. As well as some like rolls that go with it, you know, to kind of help sop up the soup.
Good.
It's good. It's not like what Topher makes, but it's good.
Yeah.
Yeah, acceptable.
Yeah. Lily has a big bowl of that
Yep.
because Lily is very hungry.
Opia too.
Okay.
Yeah,
Yep.
same.
So for, you know, dinner, and if you get an ale or anything to go with it, you're looking at like 5 silver. So
Oh no, I have to break
Sure.
gold.
oh no,
And
how
do
terrible
math.
for you.
I don't want math.
Well, 5 silver is half of a gold, so
Shut
you know.
up.
You arguing with the narrator?
Shut up, Sky Daddy.
Okay, so after you eat and everything like that, and Ophelia, you wander over to the guy who's very clearly the smithy, and like he kind of stopped, like he's got like a spoonful of stew like sort of midway to his mouth, and he kind of like looks up at you, sets it down, and he's like, "Can I help you?"
You're the metal man of the
What?
area, correct?
I'm the local smith,
Yes, I was wanting to pick your brain on a few things as a person of metal myself. Ophelia's obviously like in very like fancy looking armor. It's like very high tech.
He kind of like takes a second to look at it, and then he says, "Well, I don't know how much help I'll be, but sure. What can I do for you?"
I was wondering, have you heard of any interesting deposits or mines in the area around here?
I mean, there's the jade mines in Ogark.
Mm-hmm. Have I heard anything about the jade mines in Oregon?
Roll me a history check.
Um,
Ooh.
25.
25. Yeah, you would know. So Ogark is a stronghold to the east from here, where primarily orcs and half orcs. They have a very sort of in the family protected kind of mining operation that is worked out of there. And all of the trade from there is done by this one family in Ogark, and the jade that it comes from this mine is a lot of times is used for enchanting purposes, or jewelry, things like that gets then shipped out all over the continent and across the sea.
Okay.
Can I help you?
I would like to inform you about your car's extended warranty.
That's how she woke me up this morning.
Yow.
What, informing you about your car's extended warranty?
Yep. I have the picture of her face to prove it.
Yeah. True.
Ophelia says, have you ever visited the mine yourself?
Oh, no. I'm not the gemstone wielding kind of guy. My job here is with horses and making sure that they don't throw their shoes. I work with iron.
Well, you know what they say. Fuck, I actually out of character forget the saying. Hold on. Fuck. It's like close only matters in horseshoes and hand grenades. Some people build horseshoes and others build hand grenades.
I'm afraid I don't know what a hand grenade is.
Ophelia usually says the wrong thing in those anyway, so it wouldn't have mattered.
I think that's true. The difference between all of my characters. Because I, as a player, find it funny. Yeah. Do hand grenades not exist even with artillerists in this universe yet?
I mean, they do in some of the bigger cities. And they're not really like what you would think of as a hand grenade. They're more like clay jars that when you throw them, they explode.
I mean, technically the definition of grenade is a small handheld item that explodes when you throw it.
So what I'm hearing...
Okay, so grenades exist then.
So what I'm...
So the word grenade comes from the word...
revolutionize the hand grenade market.
The word grenade does come from pomegranate. Just want to throw that out there.
You want to throw one of them out there?
Yeah, I wouldn't if I were you.
But they're so tasty.
Oh, Ophelia says, understood, though. Trying to think. If we encounter any horses, what do they like? I don't know much about horses.
What do you mean?
Well, you shoe them. Don't you need to know what they like? You have, like, a spreadsheet of what they like and they dislike? Like a scroll where you fill in cells?
No.
I can't.
Is that like a big city fancy way of doing things? Here, the farmers just bring the horses in and I put new shoes on them.
No, I don't believe so. It's just that as a person of science, I like to make charts. Ophelia,
Okay.
out of their like thing, like pulls out like some like basic charts that they have on like observation of like bacon eating in the party, just like charting the amount of bacon per meals in grams that they estimate. Like there's an asterisk that says estimation of weight of bacon because they can't
Jerry.
count like the like they can't take the bacon away to weigh it. They know better.
For science,
Uh,
you could take bacon. As long as I get it back. Preferably already cooked so I can eat it.
See, I find that it helps me navigate the world by charting everything. Data collection, as you will.
I'm more of a just a hands-on kind of guy.
Ah, so you
There's
prefer...
not really that many people in this town, so yeah.
I see. You prefer just straight up experimentation. Interesting. Ophelia, I bet, proceeds to have the most awkward conversation with this poor man.
Yep. You can see, like, he hasn't moved yet. Like, he still has the spoon, like, halfway to his face. And it's just
dripping
like...
in his lap. It's just dripping.
At one point, you just see, like, his eyes go unfocused as he's listening to all of
Do
this.
they do the thing like dogs and cats do where they go, like, the opposite way?
Actually, make me a persuasion check. I want to see how, like, convincing you are in this conversation. As you convince this poor farmer guy. 15? Okay. So, like, he listens for a little while, and, like, you can tell he's, like, taking in all of this information, and eventually he just sort of, like, sets the spoon down, you know, like, doesn't really even finish it, and, like, he's really kind of engaged, and, you know, you kind of help him set up a system of tracking, like, the horses from the various farms in the area, and, like, when, like, what date they got shoes, and when they'll need new shoes, and how to contact the farmers, and, like, you kind of help him set up, like, a basic charting system for this super tiny town of like 100 people.
Okay.
It's just a chore chart with sticky stars as
Yep.
they come in.
Mm-hmm.
Great.
Ophelia's intrigued. Yeah.
And he does tell you eventually that his name is Stannis Atwood.
Uh-huh. Yes. Stanford from Gravity Falls.
Sure. What are the rest of you doing while Ophelia is haranguing this poor farmer guy?
Eating
This poor Smith
multiple
guy.
helpings of food.
Lots of bread.
Okay.
I invent bread bowl.
I'm carbo loading.
I'm just loaded with carbs. For no other reason than carbs and bacon.
Okay. Sure. Lily?
Oh, you're muted.
Still muted.
Weird because the closed captions are coming through, but not Discord.
Perfection.
There we go.
That's
There we go.
There we go. Yes, Lily finishes her meal.
Okay.
And goes back for seconds because it is very nice.
Mhm.
But I would like to make a perception check, please, because while she's eating, she is people watching.
Okay.
And
Make a perception check.
I want to find out whether or not there's any undercurrents or any atmosphere or anything like that. Make a perception check. Oh, okay. 11.
11. You've been here before. You've met most of these people at one point or another. The only thing that really kind of sticks out at all is that you see Lyra, the elder, sort of get up and like go to the door and look out and then come back and sit down again several times. That's kind of the only thing that you notice. And about an hour after sunset or so, you notice a person walk in that is wearing the sort of tabard of Third House Surgeon, and you guess this is probably Pell.
Interesting.
He comes in with a couple of other people that look like they're wearing, like travel leathers and that sort of thing. And you can see they're kind of looking around like they don't know who to expect. And they make their way over to Roan, who is sitting at the bar at the moment, enjoying a cup of ale. And
I'm
after
stuff in my face.
okay, so after a few minutes of conversation, Roan kind of looks around, sees you guys, and points your table out. And Pell comes over, and so you see a half-orc man with long, sort of like braided hair and a broken tusk on one side. He's got a big scar that sort of crosses from one side of his face to another. And his companions are, he's got two very strong looking, like you would guess human mercenaries. One with sort of like brown hair, one with red hair, and it's somebody who looks like they're maybe an archer with them as well. And she has sort of blonde hair tied up in a ponytail. And Pell comes over and introduces himself. He says, hi, I'm Pell. I was told that you're who I'm swapping wagons with.
Oh, yeah.
Yep.
Hello.
Did you have any trouble on the road?
Werewolves.
Werewolves? Here?
Probably.
Well, there was.
You can see they kind of like exchange looks. Sorry. Oh, sweet baby.
Okay,
We didn't actually see those, but we did see some scarecrow things.
Like
those are
out
kind of
in the fields.
No, like attacking us in our
no.
sleep.
Yeah, they were moving scarecrows, and then unfortunately we found a couple of dead bodies, one of a man, one of a horse, which looked like they could have been attacked by some sort of animal, but we have no way of knowing whether it was a werewolf or what it was.
Werewolves.
He like drops down in an empty chair and like is sitting across from you guys, and the others join him. Like they pull chairs from other tables and kind of sit down, and he says, geez, I thought we had an exciting trip. The only thing we saw was a dire badger.
Oh, what's
Am
that?
I still harassing the poor farmer? Well, Ophelia doesn't mean to harass him, but she's talking to him.
He's kind of engaged at this point. Like you're helping him make out
Okay,
like
I
a
just want to
chart.
make sure I'm not at this conversation, though. Correct.
Okay, no, and not yet. You haven't come back over yet. Like it takes a little bit to kind of help him set up a system. So you're still over at the bar with him.
Great.
But he again Pell says, yeah, we saw a dire badger out in one of the fields, but it didn't bother us. Just a thing to keep an eye on. They're more of a nuisance than anything. They like to dig tunnels.
Ooh.
Steal crops, that sort of thing.
Okay.
But he didn't bother us. And your wagon's good to go, everything like that? You got all your supplies?
Yes, yeah.
Okay.
I don't think you need to do anything other than hitch your horse up to it.
Okay, good.
What about yours? Is yours the same?
Yep, ours is all set to go. We've got a load of jade and I think, and he reaches into his pocket and he takes out a little like leather bound book, and he says, "We've got a load of jade stone, like raw jade stone, and some gem dust."
Oh.
Hmm.
Cool. Do
Sounds
you
good.
know, do the people with the fabric, do they ever make deals with the people that help transport it? Like special friends and family prices or something?
For like a lot of fabric or just a little bit? I don't know
Just
much
a
about
little.
the business end of things. I just do the transportation. That would be an Ava question.
Who
How
the
do
fuck
I
is
meet
Ava?
Ava?
Sorry.
Who's that? Can I send them a message? How do I, could I give you a letter?
Are they
You
within
met
120 feet? I could message them right now.
Ava's who gave you guys the wagon in the first place.
All right.
All right.
I don't remember. Look.
I know. It's been a little while since we played. It's fine. But yes, you know who Ava is. You met her. She gave you the wagon, got you all set up. She works
Well,
for...
I'll have to ask her. Okay. Great.
She's sort of in charge of the shipments. I just transport them.
I just want some neater clothes. Never
She would
mind.
Be the one. I mean, Yamani's the capital. If you can't find something there, it probably doesn't exist.
Yeah, sure. Okay, bye.
Okay. He
I go back to eating.
He's
He
literally
gets up
sitting
from the
there.
table.
Ray, be nice.
Like, kind of like looks around like he doesn't know what to do with himself.
You can sit with us. Have stew.
Yes.
Okay. Eventually,
Stew's very good.
one of the barmaids comes over and gets their dinner order for them and ale, and you, for the most part, you kind of spend an evening. Like, is there any kind of questions that you have for them or anything like that, or you just gonna go to bed? Like, up to you.
Is Lyra still going backwards and forwards checking for somebody?
So for the better part of about an hour, she's like every 10 minutes or so, she's to the door, looks around outside, and then back.
Okay.
Interesting.
Lily's going to have a conversation with her about that, I think. So she sort of mooches over to where Lyra is.
Okay.
Waits.
Yeah, when she's not like pacing to the door, she's eating her own dinner and she's got a cup of ale in front of her. She sees you come over. Hi, Lily. How can I help you? Did you find your friend?
I believe so. Yes.
You believe so, or you did?
In my own mind, yes, I did. But others
Make a
might not
deception
agree
check.
with me.
In my mind, I did.
A deception check. I'm not trying to be deceptive, though. I'm just,
But you are sort of sidestepping the issue.
Well, yeah, I suppose I am a bit, aren't I? Oh, come on.
What?
Yay, there we go. 10.
And 11. She kind of
11. Yeah.
like She looks at you a little suspiciously, but doesn't really push the issue. You can tell that her mind is very clearly somewhere else right now.
Yeah. I just noticed that you seem to be on the lookout for someone. I was just wanting to check that everything is okay.
Yeah, I think so. Just waiting on someone to meet me here, but they
Okay.
probably got hung up somewhere. I'll see him in the morning if nothing else.
Okay, fair enough. I just wanted to. Yeah, you seem a little concerned. That's all. I just wanted to be sure that everything was okay and that there's
Oh
nothing.
yeah, everything's fine. Nothing for you to be concerned with.
Okay, that's fine. Can I make an insight check to see whether or not I believe her?
Yeah, go ahead and roll insight.
Wrong system.
What, kitten? Hi. Goober. 12?
12.
Hard to
Yeah.
read. Could be
Okay.
nerves, could be just, waiting for somebody who hadn't turned up for whatever reason.
Mm,
Difficult to say.
okay.
Eventually she does finish her meal and leave, but
Mm. Yeah.
whoever she was waiting for does not seem like they turned up.
No. Lily is getting a stronger and stronger feeling that there is something going on somewhere. But what? She has no idea.
Werewolves.
They're wolves.
Obviously, it's werewolves.
Okay, so eventually you all sort of get back to the table. Ophelia, you come over after having help Stannis set up a system for keeping track of all of the horses in town and when they'll need new shoes, that sort of thing. The rest of you watch as Ophelia comes over after having been talking with this person for a very long time.
Are you okay? Ophelia?
Aggie.
Ophelia,
Yeah.
you've been talking to that chap for a long time.
Oh, sorry I lost track of time. Thank you, Mr. Atwood.
You say from across the bar. He just kind of like, thanks for helping me get organized.
You're welcome. I stand up and I clunk over to the rest of the party. And I say, are you guys going to turn in and sleep now? Because Ophelia doesn't sleep. But I assume this sentence sounds weird to anybody else listening.
I mean, maybe. It's a little early, and we might, check in with these folks, make sure everything's set up with the switch on the wagons.
Maybe we should do that then. What? Should we head out then and get that started?
Well, Pel's told me earlier that everything is set up at his end, and we know that everything is set up at our end.
I would like to at least do a minor safety inspection. You know what they say. Measure twice, cut at least once. But normally less times than if you only measured once. I think they taught me that in college. If I went to college.
Fair enough.
Okay.
It never hurt to be on the safe side.
What happens when you don't measure?
What happens when you don't measure is generally explosions, but the bad kind, not the good kind.
Oh. I mean, good is just, Point of perspective, no?
Good means that you keep your eyebrows generally. Bad means that you lose your eyebrows, your hands, your head, and other extremities.
Hmm. Well, I don't have eyebrows, so we're good there.
Your scales.
Nah.
What if you just measure once, but you use that to set up a guide so that every time you cut, it's still the same? Then you could possibly cut 5 times, but you only measured once.
That, my friend, is automation. And Ophelia, they strike a pose, like hands on the hips.
I'm pretty sure you would still measure the guide twice.
Why?
Make sure it's right.
Ophelia is just basking in the thought of
But if
automation.
everything's still the same, it doesn't matter.
But if you have the measurement wrong on your guide, then all of the cuts after will be incorrect.
It will be wrong.
But they'll still all be the same, is what I'm saying.
You
They
know,
might well still be the same, but if they're the wrong size, then they're useless.
I love you, Race. I do. But you are so dumb.
If they're all the same, they're all right, is all I'm saying.
You're so pretty.
You're pretty.
Thanks.
And you punch things really hard.
That's true.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Stick the wheelhouse.
What?
The wheelhouse? Where the helm of a ship is?
Aren't those outside?
It is turn of phrase.
Huh.
Don't ask me how to turn a phrase, I don't know. I think it's some sort of chef technique.
Like flapjacks.
Sure.
I want breakfast.
You've only just had dinner.
That
So-
means nothing.
I'm carbo loading.
I'm carboholic.
Oh my god.
I'm not wrong.
Okay.
If
So-
it shows up in the
Yeah.
closed captions, I'm not wrong. It's a word.
Indeed.
And it got it even with the bad accent.
was only your name that it didn't want to pick up last time.
I don't know.
I don't know.
It didn't like werewolves
anyways.
either.
Oh, okay. Okay, so as the evening wears on, it gets to be, fairly late. If I remember correctly, Grace and Hopia were in one room and Lily was in another.
Yeah.
Ophelia, do you get a room or do you just kind of hang out in the tavern all night?
Is the tavern open all night?
I mean, yeah, it doesn't really ever close because this is a trade stop, but it, after a certain point, it's like any, Midwestern town, they close it down at 2 a.m. and after that it's just like a dead zone.
Yeah, Ophelia's just hanging out. They're like sketching stuff, like working on their newest plans about automation. Well, that whole conversation at the end took place, you know the meme where it's like, what's your favorite Disney attraction? I like the Epcot ball. Well, and then Ophelia's just like, automation.
To be fair, Epcot's all about that.
Epcot ball.
Aw, do you guys remember the Imagineers?
Yeah.
No.
No.
They were cool as shit. Anyways.
Fair enough.
They were basically
That's all we need
R&D
to know.
for Disney.
Yeah.
Oh, right. Okay.
They're called something else now,
Imagineers.
but Mhm.
Ophelia,
As
if
we-
you're going to go and check out the wagons and stuff, do you want some company or will you be fine?
Who's checking out wagons? Sorry.
Oh, Ophelia.
Ophelia said she wanted
Yeah.
to.
If you
Oh.
do not mind losing a few winkles of sleep.
A few winkles? Okay.
the
That's-
official measuring unit.
Okay, fine. No, I don't mind that at all. I'll happily come with you.
Mm-hmm. Once outside, since we know that it's jade, correct?
Yeah, so the wagons are kept in a like barn sort of area. Like the horses are put in a pen, and there is like a double-doored barn that the wagons are put in overnight just to keep them, out of like the weather and stuff like that if there is any.
No
So
low
you can go in
striders?
there and not at the moment.
What do you mean at the moment?
There's no storm.
Hmm.
Yeah, not yet.
Could I inspect to make sure that the jade is in good condition and that it's real?
Okay, so give me a investigation check. If you're
Can I get a
inspecting-
bonus because I work with stones and metals somehow?
Sure, I'll say you can add a +2 to your roll.
Ooh, math.
You're welcome.
Yeah, I got a 26.
Okay, so you're able to tell this is very high quality jade. It's in varying sizes of like ore pockets, from ranging from things that'll probably be used for like rings and things like that, all the way up to there is one slab in there that is 2 feet by 2 feet,
Okay.
and will probably be used for any number of things. There are a couple of those big sort of clay amphoras in the back that are holding what look to be some kind of dust inside of them. And with your roll, you would recognize this. This is actually saltpeter.
Oh.
In one of them it is. One of them is saltpeter, and the other two are just various like ore dust and things like that.
You can make grenades. Ophelia can invent them.
You also know that you also see that there are a couple of like what look to be sealed crates in there with the lids that are nailed down. You don't know what's in those, but they are all stamped with the same marking from like the amphoras have it, the boxes that have all the jade in it and that sort of thing. They all have the same sort of stamps on them. You're not really sure what that stamp is, but
I make a mental note of the stamp.
okay.
I just check that the boxes at least are like not empty, just like making sure the cargo's most likely inside, but Ophelia doesn't try to open them.
Nope. They all seem to have things in them. There is one of the closed crates that when you like wiggle it around, you can hear what sounds like the tinkle of glass inside. But other than that, they all seem to have stuff in them. So seems like it's legit.
I don't think
You are
that we're
carrying a
leaving
shipment of
tonight.
jade.
I don't think we're leaving tonight, correct?
No, the plan was to leave in the morning.
Okay, I'm going to cast Detect Magic in here.
Okay. So the one crate that seems like it has glass in it lights up.
Yeah. So
and
you
Detect Magic gives you the School of Magic, right?
Yes. Here, I can push out the spell. So you see Ophelia's eyes, they do like the thing where they glow like bright blue momentarily, and they like put their hands out and like they're like almost like doing a sweep over the items.
You get evocation.
We might want to be careful. In that box, there's a glass item that appears to be enhanced with evocation magic.
Oh, really? Oh.
Is there any sort of manifest, DM?
Not that you have been given.
Okay. I just walk around and see if there's any other cool magical items at any of the carts.
You do know that the cart that you brought here actually there's a bolt of cloth that lights up as well.
Mm-hmm.
And that gives you transmutation vibes.
Yeah, anything else?
Nope, that's it.
I'm not there.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Ophelia would write that, like, make a note of everything so that she can write it down when she's inside and sitting and say, thank you for bringing me. Is there anything magical on, Liz, how do you pronounce your character's name again?
Lily,
Lily's.
which is easier, because it's easier than Lily Lyria.
Yeah. Is there anything magical on Lily that I note? Ooh.
Her amulet lights up. Her god symbol lights up.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And I don't know. Do you have anything else in your inventory that's magical at the moment? I don't think so.
But my frog.
And the vial of holy water.
Oh, and the vial of holy water. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But that's it.
Uh-huh.
Her symbol for the torchbearer and a vial of holy water are the only things that you sort of get any kind of ping on.
Well, I guess we might as well walk back now that we know that it is actually secure. And since it's up for 10 minutes, do I notice anything on the barkeep or anybody else in the tavern or the tavern itself as we're inside?
No, not really. These are just sort of normal salt of the earth people.
Mm-hmm. I'll just say goodnight to everybody, I guess. That is the polite thing to do.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Uh-huh.
And as we enter the room, I'm talking about the cloth, and I'm like, it's really interesting that bolt of cloth had transmutation magic on it.
Grace, you would hear this.
I say to Ophelia.
Ophelia. Yeah. Oh, it means that it had transmutation magic on it.
No, I said it to Hopia.
Oh, okay.
What does that mean?
It can change forms, kind of like me.
Cool.
But it's an item, not a person. Because items can't typically,
like
do the thing themselves.
What would fabric do that's transmuty?
Could do anything. It depends on what you enchant it with.
Enchantment?
Enchantment.
Enchantment.
So we also hear in vocal stem for 5 minutes.
Yes.
Yeah. You could have it, change color depending on temperature. You could have it, becomes more durable when you say like a command phrase.
Okay.
You could make it be a completely different fabric with a command. Or maybe it turns into like a box that you can put things in.
Sure.
You could do anything.
Wow. I could carry around so much stuff in a shirt.
Yeah.
So much bacon.
But that's what pockets are for. Because we live in a universe where ladies and Enbies have pockets in their clothes.
Real pockets, not those fake things that they put in some kinds of clothing.
You could put in like a little weed dust and that's it.
Yep.
Cool.
That's on the other continent.
Ah. But we don't talk about them.
Yeah.
The people that sew their pockets shut too.
So weird.
Yeah, I was just thinking that, but except that I'm not part of this conversation, so I can't say it.
Well, anyways.
Okay, so you all head to bed then?
Yeah.
Okay. So,
No.
yeah, as the evening sort of settles in, you guys go to bed. It's very late.
I'm at the bar.
Yes, Ophelia is downstairs, and Ophelia, like, there's nobody in here really except for there's like one person who you guess is like just super wasted, and the bartender just left them there to sort of sleep it off. They're snoring with their face on the bar, just like as loud as they can. But you guess it's probably a regular, and Matthias just kind of let him sleep it off. So, but yeah, so you guys head to bed. Lily in your own room, Race and Hopia in another. Do you want to take your break there, real quick?
Sure.
Oh, yeah, sure.
Sounds
We'll
like
be
a good
back.
idea.
Okay.
Everything's fine.
It's fine. Hi.
Did you push the button? I
Hi.
knew it.
Hi, we're
I was
back.
trying to get the singing,
Don't mind us.
but it didn't. I wasn't fast enough.
Honey.
Go to our Patreon. Oh wait, we don't have one.
I
You
do.
would want a Patreon of me just singing that fucking song? That would be terrible.
Yeah.
But you would
I
want a
would.
Patreon of me singing Fergalicious after hanging out with Affy, Jeremy, and his wife
Yes.
and having 2 full cocktails.
Yes. We need to get you. We'll go back to Stillwater's. We'll get you 2 of those drinks, and
And Abby record an
And then go
album.
to karaoke.
oh, this is just in the car on the way home. Like,
The audio will be great.
Okay.
That's awesome.
anyway.
So when we go back to GaryCon, I'm just gonna film everything.
We
Oh,
always
and
say
we'll
that, and
start a
then we never
Patreon that
do.
way.
no, because I'll be exposed. Probably based on
You will?
other Gary Con escapades.
I mean, I think the pigeon pasties have been mentioned on stream before, so there's
They
not a
have, and they're
whole-
amazing, and I love them.
Yeah, there's not a whole lot that's hidden behind a paywall at this point.
Yeah, that's fair.
But
Anyways.
you can leave your hat on.
Anyways,
Check out our OnlyFans.
when we left off, everybody except for Ophelia had gone to bed. Ophelia is down in the main part of the bar area, just kind of hanging out, doing the Ophelia things. Let's see. So by the time you get upstairs and get in bed and all that stuff, it's late, like pretty close to midnight. Opia, as you sort of fall into your dreams for that night, you start out dreaming about flying, really. About flying, about air currents just moving past you quickly. And everything around you sort of shifts. And you find yourself standing at the southern gate of Valor, where you had seen that strange vision in the woods. And this strong breeze sort of brushes over you, and you hear almost like a whisper in your ear, but it's so close that you can't tell if it's in your ear or if it's in your mind. And you just hear a soft voice saying, "Come, child." And you see in the woods ahead of you, there's a sort of light out in the distance.
Do I recognize voice at all?
No. It was so faint, you're not even really sure that you heard it, honestly.
Well, I don't like that at all. I guess am I aware it's a dream?
Make a perception check.
$17?
You think so. It feels very real for it being a dream, but you're pretty sure that you're dreaming.
Okay. I just, you know.
Panic.
Yes, there is considerable panic. I kind of like, my tail comes up and it's wrapped around my ram doll, and I just kind of like hold it in front of me like a shield. And I go forward, but like if the light's directly in front of me, I kind of like strafe.
You bob and weave. Okay.
Not bob and weave. I just don't like, don't go towards the light. I can't help it. It's so beautiful.
Okay.
So I'm like
Jeez.
I get what you're saying.
heading towards the light, but like on a diagonal.
Okay. So as you step out into the woods, you see that you're following like a game trail of some sort, and regardless of which direction you move, the trail seems to always be in front of you.
I don't like that.
The woods around you are pitch dark, and they're full of the typical night sounds. And while the darkness is almost it's almost like oppressive in its just lack of light, but it doesn't feel menacing. Like you don't think that the dark is going to harm you in any way.
I'm not worried about the dark. I'm worried about the light.
Okay.
Are they
Fair
jostling
enough.
about in their sleep? And
N-
if so, is it close to the time I would wake up?
Roll a perception check at disadvantage.
Since I only trance instead of.
Yeah, roll a perception check at disadvantage is all this going on.
Well,
Oops.
How about you come to me? Anyone?
14. You're still asleep.
Okay.
They're not really making too much noise yet. But again, Hopia, you hear that same. The breeze kind of blows past you again, and you hear, "Come, child. The way is open."
The way to where?
You get no response. But it's at this point that you sort of notice that, like in the dark among the trees around you, there is like a figure that's sort of keeping pace with you as you move.
Like,
Do you want to try to take a look at it?
yeah.
Okay, go ahead and make a perception check. And you have dark vision in this form?
I do, yes.
Okay. Then yeah, just make a perception check.
Mm-hmm. I have 120 feet of it, actually.
Wow.
Nice.
8?
14.
Okay. So as you're sort of like you're moving sort of towards this as all of this is going on?
Not at
Slowly,
first.
I'm assuming.
At first, I'm like doing the mirror game to see if it's just like a trick
It's
of the
not
eye.
you. It's not making the
Okay.
same. It's not. It just sort of is like it almost like peeks around a tree and then ducks back. And what you see in sort of the briefest of moments that you catch a glimpse of this thing, see if it'll.
You know, I saw you. You can just come out.
Share the stupid picture. No, it didn't.
Off the store
There we go.
picture.
Oh,
Oh. That's them.
You see one of these just sort of
That's
keeping
them.
an eye on you, not coming any closer, not anything like that, but just sort of keeping an eye on you as you
What
walk.
does it look like for the podcast?
You see sort of a humanoid creature that seems to be made of like mossy vines, and it has two horns and bright green eyes that look at you, a sort of almost human face, but very distorted features. It has a mouth and a nose, and you think maybe once upon a time it was a man, but that was a long time ago.
Hello, I can see you, Mr. Green Guy.
It just sort of like looks at you and then ducks behind a tree, and you don't see it again.
You know, It's really weird and creepy. You're not masturbating back there, are you?
You hear a faint chuckle coming from the light down the path.
I had to ask. I mean, they might be weird back there. Thanks, Rumple. I'm glad it wasn't you that's back there. Somebody in our chat. I am uncomfortable. I just kind of like eyeball where the chuckle came from. Is it from the light?
Okay, yeah. Yeah, so and as you sort of turn your attention away from this thing back towards the light has moved a lot closer to you, for one thing.
Rude.
And you can see the outline of a door in a cabin.
You know, why do you have to make it so creepy? Can't we just meet in a bar and play some chess? Why does it have to be the creepy forest with the big light and then the shadow and the green masturbating guy?
There's no response.
I am a stressed ball. I am a ball of stress. Okay, you would probably get more communication if you stop being so creepy, but okay, I go towards
The door
the light
swings
and the
open.
door. Okay, that makes it even more creepy. What's wrong with you? Why are you like this?
The door swings open sort of with a creaking sound.
Oh.
And light sort of flows out of the doorway. It looks very warm and inviting inside.
But you had to make it with the creaky door. You couldn't put vegetable oil on it? You couldn't put animal fat on it? Get rid of the creaky creak? Odds. Okay, I'm coming inside. If you touch me or I find you masturbating, we're going to have a problem.
As you step in, Jesus Christ.
How do you add a quote to the chat?
Exclamation point, quote, whatever you want to put.
It's exclamation point, add quote.
Oh, add quote. Yeah.
Okay, so as you step in through the door, you see a hearth with a low fire in it and a cookpot with a stew of some kind gently bubbling on it. Inside you see sort of leaned at a work table of some kind, cutting up what looks to be vegetables. You see a woman standing there with she has long red hair and she's wearing browns and greens and she's got a hood pulled up, bright red lips, and there is a small bandage almost over her eyes. And as you step in, she her head comes up and she kind of is looking in your direction. And
no, she's not.
She smiles at you gently and motions to a chair at the table where she's cutting up these vegetables. And she says, welcome, young one. Do not be frightened. I ask nothing of you at this point, but just for you to listen. You hear my tale, and you at the end, you may ask one question. One only.
I don't think you understand who you're speaking with. I have lots of questions.
I knew who you were the moment you entered my domain.
That's uncomfy.
And she continues kind of like moving around. Like obviously she knows where everything is in here. It's very practiced movements. She takes out a teapot and a cup and fills it up with tea and sets it in front of you, and just kind of goes around setting down like sugar or anything that you would want for this, and sits down across from you, and she says, I have a warning for you, little one.
That's always a
And
good
then
start to conversation.
as you as she talks, where her bandages are, it's like light almost starts to emanate from behind it. But obviously with the bandage there, it's nothing, like you can't see anything, obviously. But it seems to seep out from around the bandage. And in a voice that is very much not the voice you just heard, she says to you, the child of the flames still draws breath, hidden away but working in the shadows. The searing red seeks to unite the four and sets his sight on the door of doors. Protect the spark, or fail to protect the spark, and ancient evil will awake renewed. And then the light sort of like draws back in, and she just very, very calmly like takes a sip of her tea and sets it down. And she says, you have one question.
Could you put that in chat, please?
Yes.
Hi, Timbo. Welcome in.
Are you sure that that's not the question that was asked in character?
Hey,
I
Timbo.
put the out
to
of
see
character
you.
moose up.
She sees through the fourth wall.
No.
No, not that. Anything but that.
No.
That's how you know she's too powerful.
Suddenly you are very aware that you are just numbers on a page.
Oh no.
Oh no, my whole state of existence. The flame still.
Race, roll me another perception check at disadvantage.
Does any of that remind me of anything specific?
That is a very broad question. Narrow it down a little bit.
So, like, Child of Flame, Streaks of Red, The Door of Doors.
Roll a history check.
I'm gonna use my inspiration.
Okay.
There we go. 20.
That's better.
Dirty 20.
So the Child of the Flame sounds vaguely familiar, and the Door of Doors also sounds very familiar. With a dirty 20, Door of Doors, you remember a story from when you were a child that your father told you about a city that is full of doors. And you remember not that long ago, actually, you had a dream about a very strange door in your dad's office.
Okay. And the other thing that I kind of knew?
The Child of the Flame. So the girl, the child of the governor that is missing, the governor in Yamani is often called the Flame, or sometimes the Searing Red.
Okay. So feel like I'm gonna have a big brain moment here in a second. So the Child of Flame is the Searing Red's child. But did we know, like, did I know if there was any animosity, or is this like a positive relationship?
You have no context for that. You came from Titan's Watch too recently to really have any kind of reference point for it. The only thing that you sort of have any kind of like benchmark for is that the Searing Red, like the governor is called that because he rules his protectorate, Titan's Watch, with basically just a iron grip. He does not let any sort of like talk of freedom or rebellion or anything like that. It is dealt with very swiftly there. You've seen it happen a few times in the few years that you lived there.
Where is the spark?
She reaches over to, like, there's a little pouch on the table beside her and picks it up, and like she shakes it gently, and you can hear there's sort of like a rattle inside, and she opens it up and dumps it out, and like bones fall out. And normally, like, you've seen
Bones?
seers and bones. Yes, bones.
Bones.
You've
Bones? Question
seen
mark, exclamation point.
they're like knuckle bones. And
Like Wheel and
you
Woe.
see, yeah, like seer's bones. And
Predictions.
you've seen fortune tellers before. Normally
seen-
they have to be able to see what the hell they're looking at, but she doesn't seem to need that. And you know, you can see her sort of tilt her head side to side a little bit, and she says, the spark lies within the sea of blue, hidden beneath the city. And then she sort of, like, in a very, very swift movement, she like scoops up the bones and puts them back in the little bag and pulls the drawing and sets it down. And she says, "Wake up, little one." And then just sort of like boops you in the middle of the forehead, and you sit.
You know, it's
straight
not
up
fair
in
that.
bed.
Hi, Raiders. Welcome in.
Race, you sort of are jostled awake as Hopia sits like bolt upright in bed.
What's going on? Who's there?
Just me. And I've sort of dropped my dragonborn form.
Oh.
So I'm back to tiefling worm.
Hey.
Hey. Sorry, I had a moment.
What's a moment? What do you mean by that?
It's a way to measure time that's unmeasurable.
Okay. I mean, what do you mean? Had a moment like I forgot something and now I just remembered it in the middle of the night, or had a moment as in something significant just happened and I don't know what it is, or had a moment like I don't know, like what else could it be?
Well, it it needs bacon.
As you sort of think about your dream,
Oh,
you're able
okay.
to recount that warning in your head perfectly. Like almost like you can hear it anew anytime you think about it.
So I say it again to Race to see if maybe she has some insight. Maybe she's more familiar than
What was the
me.
warning exactly?
The child of flame still draws breath, hidden away but still working in the shadows. The searing red seeks to unite the four and sets his sight on the door of doors. Fail to protect the spark, and ancient evil will awake renewed. And I kind of, hypothesize aloud to Race about, the Searing Red being the ruler of Titan's Watch and their child working from the shadows, because that's the only safe place for a rebellion to grow.
Whoa. What would I know about the ruler of Titan's Watch? It's not
Roll
someone in my
history check.
family.
No. He actually doesn't even live in Titan's Watch. He lives in Yamani.
Oh, it's like one, yeah, because we're like ruled by
You're a you're what's
another
called
military.
a protectorate.
Oh, you know what? I'm
Yeah.
using my inspiration on that. Screw that.
That was a 1.
Absolutely not. There we go. 15.
15. Okay. So, his name is Governor Torquin.
Okay.
TOR''QIN.
That came
Okay.
over as Governor Turkey in closed caption.
Oh, closed captions. I love you so much.
His name was Alexander
Governor
Hamilton.
Turkey. Oh no.
Hasn't done.
My
so-
name is Alexander Hamilton. Sorry. Okay. Now it's gonna be stuck in my head.
So
Just
Titan's
you
Watch.
wait. Okay.
Titan's Watch is built obviously so it's a city that is built on and in the arms of a very
Angels.
long dead primordial titan. Get out.
Oh, in the arms of an angel, far away from here.
Sarah?
Sarah McLaughlin.
Sarah, is that you?
Do you want me to bring angels into this mess? Because I will. We did that already, but I'll do it again if I have to.
No,
Electric
sorry.
Angel Boogaloo Part 2.
And
I'll be right back.
Titan's Watch, where you're from, is sort of the last port or safe haven-ish until you reach the island where the volcano is, just to the east of you, or just to the east of Titan's Watch,
Mhm.
which is the it's like the material plane. There are nexus points all over the material plane where the elemental planes sort of bump into the material plane. And that volcano is the nexus point where the elemental plane of fire exists. It's inside the caldera of that mountain. And the governor likes to keep you guys under his thumb because the trade that comes from mining all of the precious metals from that area comes through Titan's Watch and then into Yamani, and he's very protective of that trade. He likes to keep it just in Yamani's hands, and he has installed a military. Well, his predecessor installed a military in Titan's Watch to keep you guys sort of in check, and it just has been that way since before you were even born. And yeah.
Can I see a map of that area again? Don't we have a map of that area?
Yes, we do. Hold on. One moment.
Baby.
Oh, Sherry, you're such a good girl. Okay, so there's the map.
Okay.
So Titan's Watch, and then Droon is just below it, and Yamani is to the north.
I'm the map. It's all up here.
Would it be safe to assume that one of my siblings would know a bit more about this place?
They might.
And maybe these people?
It's possible. No, I
So
don't think so.
the portal to the plane of fire is east, but Droon is a city that's south that is
Yes, and you
where
know
my
about
sibling lives.
Droon because of your sister? I don't have that page up. One moment.
Rin, which is yeah.
Yes. Yes. So that's where they are. At least the last that you heard. Your sibling is there.
Yeah. My 17-year-old sibling that ran away and got
Yes.
married, basically.
Yes.
Not 17, but 17 in elvish years.
And yeah, the equivalent of a 17-year-old in elf.
okay.
So 76.
Yeah.
Well, they're 96. They're almost fully grown.
Yeah, almost. Not
4
quite, but
years.
almost.
4 years away. Okay.
That's really the only kind of context that you have out of that. Politics wasn't really your thing.
I know,
so.
the Governor Torquine guy. Well, I know of him.
Well, some of it makes sense to me. Like the searing red is obviously that guy, or I presume. And the child of flame is probably his kid.
Sure.
I think I know what the door of doors is or where it is.
Sounds weird. Is it just an extra big door?
I mean, it was a really big door when I saw it last, but I was also a baby.
What, 87 or something?
No.
Just a baby.
No. I don't age like an elf. For now.
Eh?
Nothing. I was 8.
Oh, wow. So an infant.
I mean,
Sure.
I could talk and walk and feed myself.
Oh, okay.
An infant
don't
would
know how it
imply I
works
was
at
just
all.
like a babe in arms.
Well, yeah.
No. So when you were 20-ish,
Uh-huh.
that's about.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
So just little guy.
Sure.
Really
getting into the weeds on elfin aging right
Yeah.
I mean, I expect nothing less at this point.
Not intending to do.
But I know where the door of door is, and the lady that I saw in my dreams, she told me where the spark is, sort of.
The spark. That was the. What is the spark the same as the child, or is the spark a different thing?
I think it's a different thing. But I could only ask one question, and let me tell you how hard that was.
Just one. I have so many, and I wasn't even there.
That's what I said.
Jeez.
I have so many questions.
Wait, okay. So, how many hours have we been asleep?
2.
So, in 2 more hours, I could potentially just wander out into the woods and see if I get a question.
I don't think that's... No.
Why
I don't
not?
think that's how it works, because I was sleeping. I was in my dreams there. I don't think you can just walk there, because if she was on this plane with us, then she could just come and have a drink. right? Anyway, I also think the
suppose.
4 is the elements.
Huh. Why?
I don't know. I'm throwing spaghetti at a wall and hoping it sticks. I don't know.
Well, if it's done, it'll stick. Even I know that.
Right? But I don't know. So I guess we've been tasked with going to find this spark. Or I have at least. But I'm
Seems
squishy
weird.
and small.
Well, I'm not gonna let anyone set you on fire. Don't worry.
That's good because I prefer the cold.
Yeah, I know that. Yeah. You want a good berry?
Yeah,
Here you go.
thanks.
I'll give you like
Aw.
2.
So with your, late night snack, you're able to sort of settle in and
Can I try to
sure.
trance myself into meeting this person that she described?
Oh, I also told her the answer to my question. The sea of blue
Oh.
and sorry, that
Oh,
didn't make it into
what was
chat,
that?
so I forgot about it.
Oh, I'm like, wait, sorry, say that, but I got you.
What
Okay.
was that part too?
I don't know, I was too enthralled I didn't write it down.
Something about a sea of blue. Okay.
Because you asked where the spark was found, right?
Where is it? Yeah.
In the sea of blue under the city, or beneath the city.
Do I know what the sea of blue is?
Nope.
Or what the city of blue is?
Nope. Every city you've been to so far has been red.
Like, this bitch said I had one question. They couldn't even give me a straight answer. After I had to deal with her weird green masturbating demon thing.
Ew. What?
I don't know. He made it so creepy, Race. Like, why do they have to make it creepy? Why can't that just be like, hey, you gotta
Don't
go
worry.
do this thing?
I'll finish my trance and I'll see if I can get there. And I'll punch the masturbating guy in the face.
Okay. He was green and weird.
Yeah, I'll get him.
Yeah.
Okay, so as you settle in, why don't you roll me? Oh boy, why don't you roll me either an Arcana or a Nature check?
Oh. Well,
Either
I'm better
one of
at
them.
nature.
Ooh, that was better than I
19.
thought it was gonna be.
19. What?
Okay.
I only get a +1. That's great.
Okay. So, okay. Wasn't expecting this. All right. So,
Oh.
Worm, you're able to go back to sleep, and do you stay in your tiefling form or do you switch back?
For now, because we're in the room, I just stay.
You just
as
stay.
Worm.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so you roll over and cuddle your little ram doll and fall back to sleep, and your little sneakies all get all comfy and stuff with you, and you basically make a nest in your bed there.
Nice.
And then so Race, when you fall asleep,
I'm like trancing, but like hardcore.
yes.
Aggressively.
Aggressive meditating.
I'm like rage trancing.
Name of the episode. Rage trancing.
Rage trance.
Yep, that's
Okay.
it.
Okay.
Okay.
So as you get back into your trance and you focus like really, really hard on this. You've got the description of like everything that Worm saw, and you focus and you focus and you focus, and like for a little bit, nothing really happens. You're like, and you start to get, it's like when you start to get impatient, that all of a sudden it's like you blink and you open your eyes and you're standing in front of like a cabin in the woods, and it's pitch black around you, but there's a door in front of you and it just very slowly like swings open.
Well, first I'm gonna look for the green man
Make a perception check.
because I promised I'd try to punch him if I could. No,
That's a one.
I don't
You
know
don't
anymore.
see shit.
Okay, perfect. I'll go into the
fits.
cabin.
You like
It fits.
you spin around to see if you can see this thing, but like, you know how like when you look at something that is like lit up and then you look at something that's dark, you can't see
Yeah.
anything, and like your eyes just don't adjust fast enough. Like
I'm just blinking.
Your fucking face.
Plus my eyes, because I'm a pallid elf, they're just like black sclera, like solid black.
yep.
So I'm just like ah, ah.
Okay. You don't see anything.
Okay. I'll go in the cabin.
Okay. So you walk in and you see exactly as described to you. You see a woman with long red hair, and she's got a bandana over her eyes, and she's wearing a brown hoodie or brown hooded like cloak. Sorry, it's fall. I've got hoodies on my mind. Don't judge me.
She's cozy.
Sort of like dyed green leathers almost. And make a perception check as you step in here.
Is the green guy in here? No, just kidding.
No, as your eyes sort of adjust. 14. Okay. You don't see anything out of the ordinary. As you step in and you kind of look around, and she just sort of like almost like she stops mid like slice and just sort of like tilts her head at you, and she goes, this was unexpected.
You talked to my friend and confused a lot of stuff. And I figured if I could get here, I could also get a question. Because I'm a different person.
She just kind of stands there for a second, and she says, very well. One question only. And she like motions at the table for you to sit down.
Okay, I'm gonna sit down, and then I'm gonna take like 15 full minutes trying to think of a question.
What's in the stew?
Yeah, and then I'll ask something like, what happened to your eyes? No.
You can't just ask people that. Oh my god.
I'll just say, oh gosh, what could I ask about?
This was your plan, and you did
I
not
know.
think it through.
Shh.
I love this.
Because you told me
this is
all
not
the
where
parts.
I thought this was gonna go, but you know.
You told me all the parts, including the answer that you got to your question, right?
Yeah, the city beneath the blue sea.
The spark is hidden within the sea of blue beneath the city.
Okay. I'm just gonna look at her and say, you should know what this is in reference to, so I'll just ask it. What is the name of the city that I would know the city by?
Okay. She sets down the knife that she was holding, and she's quiet for a moment and looks at you, and she says, why, the capital, of course.
What?
Which one?
And just like with
everywhere
Worm,
has a capital.
she boops you and you wake up out of your trance.
I think I wake up out of the trance fully shouting, "Ah, damn it!"
What?
Nothing.
Worm, you had just gotten back to sleep.
What? What's the problem?
Go to bed. I'll tell you in the morning. I just like collapse back and I just lay there
Okay.
staring at the ceiling, trying to trance.
Lily, roll me a perception check at disadvantage, please. Ophelia, you can too.
Helia's not there.
I know.
Sorry, what
I
is she?
have,
What
I have
do you
my
want?
notes over the camera, so I can't
Oh.
see you guys right now.
I swear to God, I
What-
make
what-
fun of Agni for his 5-system setup, but some days when I'm running a game, it's like
Yeah.
I need the space.
I have 2 screens, and sometimes it's not enough real estate.
Yeah.
Like,
What do you
Yeah,
want?
especially in combat.
One screen is real hard to run stuff on. I'll just
Yes,
note
it
that.
is.
A
Perception.
perception check at disadvantage, please.
Ooh, okay.
That was not where I thought that was going to go tonight, but all right.
What a shit answer. What a bullshit answer. You asked for the name of a city that you would know it as.
That I would
and
know
she
if
said
I-
the capital. But which
Yeah,
fucking
you would
capital?
know it as the capital.
Yeah, on which territory? Which country? Which continent?
Well, to be fair, I don't know that many countries.
That's true.
So it's probably like one of 2.
That is true.
Is
Well.
Droon a capital of something?
Yay, gotcha.
No, it's another protectorate like you guys.
Okay.
At disadvantage, the 4, you sleep just fine, or you trance just fine. You all wake up in the morning, and there's breakfast, there's bacon, there's all of the things. You come downstairs, you find Ophelia is still down in the pub, like
I
obviously hadn't gone to bed yet.
Dragonborn it. Just
Okay,
because it would
go
be
back into
weird
your
for
dragonborn form.
yeah, it would be weird for others to see a random tiefling that didn't check in.
That they never met.
That's fair. But
When
you
we
come downstairs,
when we get in
Mhm.
up in the morning, I do tell you I got there. She didn't seem to be expecting me.
Did you
I
see the
asked
green
her
guy?
a question. No, I didn't, and I was annoyed by that because
He
I
was
really
probably
wanted
hiding
to
somewhere
punch that guy.
masturbating. I'm telling you.
But no, I didn't see him. But I did say, "What is the name of the city that I would know the city by?" Because I thought, I'm gonna outsmart this lady here. And then she said the capital, of course.
Which one?
Exactly.
Which one?
And that's why I woke up saying, "Ah, damn it."
well, you sort of like walk downstairs at this point. You can hear them just like animatedly talking about something.
I don't understand. Which possible capital could it have been? Because
Well, I did specify it to me, so it's probably either what? What's the capital of where I'm from? Is Titan's Watch, right? Like, it's a city.
No, the capital
No.
that is Yamani.
It's just Yamani.
Mm-hmm.
I bet it's Yamani because that's really the only one I know and have been to.
you don't know any other capitals?
Do I know any other?
Roll me a history check just for shits and giggles
Because
because
the beginning of your name would be a capital.
What?
Never mind.
you really want me to get that existential with it, because I will
Jeez.
really throw
Okay.
you off the trail there.
Wow, I'm
Okay.
doing great on the history checks tonight, y'all. That's an 18.
Okay, so you would know that obviously Yamani is the capital of the sort of country that you live in.
Mhm.
Goldridge is the capital of Trithelier, and north of that is Stettin is the capital of Wythos. Those are the 3 on the continent where you're from.
Goldshire and Staten Island. Got it.
Goldridge?
Goldridge, yep.
And what's the third one?
And Stettin.
Is
And you would also
there-
know that Goldridge, the house colors of gold, like the sort of like royal country colors of Goldridge are purple and gold, and Stettin is green, like emerald green.
And what are the colors for your money?
White and red.
White and red. Oh, yeah, because...
I don't understand.
Lily, you come down as they're having a big think.
Like I don't get it. If you want to give prophecy, why you have to be so vague? Why can't you just say, "Hey, go here and stop this thing from dying or being destroyed," instead of making it all vague and shit? Like, we're pretty dumb.
I think she knew that when she met me, and that's why she said the way she said it.
It's possible, yes, but I don't understand. Like, she made it all. Did she make it creepy for you? Like, did you have to go into the forest and like walk through, and there was like a hunting
No.
trail that was always underfoot, and then the creepy
No,
masturbating
I was
guy?
pretty much just at the front of a cabin when I got there.
Oh,
I was
she
like,
didn't
"Look-"
even open the door and make that creepy.
Well, no, she did do that, but then I was too busy looking for the green guy at first, and I didn't really think about how creepy it was. But now that you mention it, it was kind of creepy.
Right? Like, why do you
And
have
I
to
just
make it
walked
creepy? Why
on in
can't you
there
just be
because
like-
you had already told me what it was like, so I just kind of walked in there.
I mean, I didn't do a whole lot of threat assessment. It was too busy being creeped out.
You guys
Shit.
both look over, and
Good
Lily's
morning,
just
my
sitting there
friends.
holding like a
Yes.
cup of coffee, just
Oh, hey.
Yeah.
Hey,
looking back and forth between the two of you.
hello.
Hi. This is a very interesting conversation.
I had a weird dream.
Did you both... I was just going to say, did you both rest well? Because it doesn't sound like you did.
No,
Yeah.
no.
Okay.
It was weird. Very weird dream. I'll tell you
I
on
thought I-
road.
And then I
Oh.
also made myself have the dream.
Which is
Yeah.
strange because elves don't dream.
Ah, shoot.
Right? You astrally projected.
So could I have just walked out there? Do you think?
I don't think so. I don't
Kinda
think
seemed-
if we were to go out there, I don't think she would be there. I mean, we can
Okay.
try. We'll just show up and be like,
Oh.
"Hey, bitch, more question.
We got 2 more people
2 more
for
people."
2 more questions.
I don't think it works like that.
I don't know. That's what I said, and she gave me one. So
Well, I mean,
I said,
we
I'm a
won't be able
different
to walk
person,
out
so you
there.
have to give me a question. And then she did.
She gave you an answer, technically. She took a
Well.
question.
Lily, why don't you roll me a history or religion check? As they're sort of vaguely explaining what happened.
But I don't think she'll be out there. I think if we go out there, we'll just look like we have egg on face.
Maybe we'll find the green guy, though.
I don't
Then
know
I
if I
cut
want
him.
Yeah.
I mean, I want you to punch him, but I
Okay.
don't want, like,
You've
to
got no
see-
idea what's going on.
What's going on? No. Not
Like-
with the 5?
I feel if they weren't expecting you to show up, then if we show up and the green guy's there, he's probably like, you know? Like, what if we walked in on it? At least he was hiding behind a tree this time.
I'm sorry?
What? Why is that a thing?
No. You invited me.
I know.
These are the consequences of your actions.
Anyways,
I thought I heard you mention the word prophecy at some point, but
Oh, I thought you were going
doesn't
to ask about the
sound to me.
masturbation.
No, I was no. I'm busy at the moment trying to figure out how a prophecy and masturbation, a green guy masturbating, it could possibly
Behind
go
a tree.
together, but
Like leaves or seaweed. I don't know.
ew.
Lichen.
Yeah, lycanthropes.
There we go.
You're
There's the
right.
connection.
It's a werewolf. It's a were-tree.
A were guy. A weird were guy.
Branches can make big scratches,
That's true. That's true.
if they're alive.
But yeah, prophecy,
Because, well, Happy, because you saw it, you can make a nature check, I guess, to see if you can figure out what it was that you saw.
1 second, please, while I open
And also,
it.
I'm gonna give you guys inspiration for that fucking conversation, because
That's a natural 1, friend.
Oh, we're doing great.
would you like to use your inspiration?
Yeah.
Okay.
17.
17. Okay, so now that you're awake and like you've been slowly consuming bacon as you're like explaining all of this, and you've had
Brain
coffee, and you're a
fuel.
little bit more awake. What you saw was what's called a leshy, and they are most often forest guardians that work for hags.
If I thought about this yesterday or last night, when I realized what it was, I might have been a little bit more angry with the weird oracle lady.
What?
Oh, the weird green guy? Yeah. Works with hags. Usually.
With hags?
Yeah, duh.
Am I there?
So
Yep. You're there because they're down in the tavern now.
So
Sorry,
what
I
do they
have-
have, like a brothel? Because they work with the
Those are
hags.
slags, not hags. I'm sorry, I appreciate sex work. It's real work.
It is.
I just
I
couldn't
just had
resist.
soda come out my nose.
Oh, no!
Ow.
Sorry.
Does that mean we get inspiration again? Just kidding.
Ow.
Ow.
I did just give you like a Pepsi neti pot, so I think I deserve
Yeah,
it.
Yeah, on the bright side, your sinuses are going to be really clear.
But at what
Effervescent
cost?
even.
Oh,
my friend,
Anyways.
I'm not sure it's a good idea to leave this till we're on the road.
You
Can
want me to talk about sacred prophecy that I got in my dream state here in the middle of a tavern with the masturbating green guy?
No.
Yeah,
we have
okay,
to hear-
maybe not. If it's
That's what I thought.
that.
That's where we're gonna leave it for the night, you guys.
And that will live on forever on the internet.
Yep, it's on the internet now.
Hey, if you want to draw fan art of that, just kidding.
Preferably not Leshy.
We do have a Discord.
We do have a Discord. Oh god.
This is the proper time to plug that now, right? The fan art section.
Yeah, absolutely. Do it.
This was the time to plug it.
Yeah, do
I
it.
should be putting all of these like NPC art in the fan art section so that y'all can see them.
Yep. Anyway, thanks for watching. Thank you for the 2 raids. You guys are awesome.
Ooh.
We'll catch you when we catch you. We're gonna go raid somebody. I think Kobold Curios is online, so we'll probably go bother
Ooh.
them.
All
Don't forget to hit
all
the subscribe button, I guess, or the follow button. That'd be great. We're
And
almost
donate
at
to
600.
Extra
We're
Life.
almost. We're like, I think 23 away from 600
Whoa.
or 22
Nice.
maybe now.
Yep.
We're getting close. We're getting really, really close.
Yep,
Mm.
and because
And then we can make
I
Effie do
was-
something dumb again.
That was never an agreement. I don't know where this agreement came from. I did not agree to this.
It's your channel. You have to.
Yes. How about this? If we get to $2,000 on our Extra Life campaign, I will get the Ram pinup tattooed on me.
Oh
Wait.
my
Somebody
gosh.
clip it. Somebody clip it.
Anyway,
Oh my god.
let's go raid Cobalt. Have a great night, everybody. We'll catch you when we catch you.